Chapter 1. The Values and Principles of the UK. The United Kingdom is an excellent place to live, offering a modern and vibrant society built on a rich and remarkable past. People from Britain have played a major role in shaping global politics, science, industry, and culture. The country takes pride in its tradition of welcoming newcomers who bring fresh perspectives and energy, enriching the nation's diversity and community life. Choosing to apply for permanent residency or British citizenship is a significant step. It involves committing to the responsibilities that come with living here permanently, as well as showing respect for the UK's laws, traditions, and values. The UK values individuals who want to contribute positively to society, and it warmly welcomes those who share that aim. Successfully completing the Life in the UK test is one of the ways to show that you are prepared to settle here permanently. This guide is designed to help you get ready for the test. It will support your integration into society, help you take an active role in your local community, and ensure you have a good understanding of the UK's culture, legal system, and history. The values and principles of the UK. British society is built on core principles and values that everyone living in the UK is expected to uphold and respect. These values are closely linked to the rights, responsibilities, and privileges that come with being a British citizen or a permanent resident. Rooted in the nation's history and traditions, they are safeguarded through laws, customs, and shared social expectations. Extremism and intolerance have no place within British society. The fundamental principles of British life include democracy, the rule of law, individual liberty, tolerance of those with different faiths and beliefs, participation in community life. During the citizenship ceremony, individuals becoming new citizens make a formal promise to honor and maintain these values. This promise is known as the Pledge. I will give my loyalty to the United Kingdom and respect its rights and freedoms. I will uphold its democratic values. I will observe its laws faithfully and fulfill my duties and obligations as a British citizen. From these core principles come a set of responsibilities and freedoms that everyone living in the UK shares, and which all residents are expected to respect. If you plan to become a permanent resident or citizen of the UK, you are expected to respect and obey the law. Respect the rights of others, including their right to their own opinions. Treat others with fairness. Look after yourself and your family. Look after the area in which you live and the environment. In return, the UK offers freedom of belief and religion, freedom of speech, freedom from unfair discrimination, a right to a fair trial, a right to join in the election of a government, becoming a permanent resident. To apply to become a permanent resident or citizen of the UK, you will need to speak and read English, have a good understanding of life in the UK. This means you will need to pass the Life in the UK test, produce acceptable evidence of speaking and listening skills in English at B1 of the Common European Framework of Reference. This is equivalent to ESOL Entry Level 3. The rules for applying for citizenship may be updated over time. The most up-to-date information will be available on the UK Border Agency's website, so it's important to check the site for the latest requirements before submitting your application for settlement or citizenship. Taking the Life in the UK test. The Life in the UK Test Handbook is designed to help you prepare for the official Life in the UK test. The test is made up of 24 questions that cover key topics about life in the United Kingdom. Every section of the handbook can be included in the test, and each candidate will receive a unique set of 24 questions during their test session. The test is typically taken in English, but you can request to take it in Welsh or Scottish Gaelic if needed. You must sit the test at an official government-approved Life in the UK test centre. There are around 30 authorised centres across the country. Bookings can only be made online through the official website www.gov.uk/Life in the UK test. Do not take the test at any other location, as the UK Border Agency will only recognise certificates from registered centres. If you are based on the Isle of Man or in the Channel Islands, separate arrangements apply. When booking, make sure to follow all the instructions carefully and provide accurate personal details. On the day of your test, you must bring valid identification and proof of address. If you fail to bring the required documents, you won't be allowed to sit the test. Life in the UK Test Handbook. All the information required to successfully pass the Life in the UK test can be found in the Life in the United Kingdom, a guide for new residents handbook. The test questions cover the entire handbook, including the introduction, so it's essential to study the whole book thoroughly. The language used has been designed so that anyone with English skills at ESOL entry level 3 or higher should be able to read and understand it without difficulty. The check that you understand sections are there to guide your learning by pointing out key points to focus on. However, simply memorizing the content of these sections will not be enough to pass. To prepare properly, you need a clear understanding of all the material in these videos, so take your time to watch everything carefully. Where to find more information? You can get further details and guidance from the following sources: the Home Office website, https://gov.uk, browse, bot visas, immigration, settle in the UK, for information about the application process and the forms you will need to complete. The Life in the UK test website, https://www.gov.uk, Life in the UK test, for information about the test and how to book a place to take one. gov.uk, www.gov.uk, for information about ESOL courses on how to find one in your area. Check that you understand the origin of the values underlying British society, the fundamental principles of British life, the responsibilities and freedoms which come with permanent residence, the process of becoming a permanent resident or citizen.